What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Landon Sanders, and as always, I am joined by my co-host and good Uncle Raj, and this is Broad Topic. Today we're joined by a special guest. He was in the last episode. He's in this episode too. Well, he was in the last episode for a little while. Then he decided to leave us. But he is here today. He's chit-chatting with us. We're talking all kinds of stuff. We're just kind of rambling. That's what we do on Broad Topic. We ramble. We should call this... We should call it ramble.
Rambling.
That's probably already taken now.
I'm a rambling man.
Okay, can I start by saying something?
Okay.
The reason why I did leave is because I was jealous. I was jealous because I didn't get to go to Tombstone. Okay?
Yeah, because you wanted to sit on the bench.
And say, well, bye.
Well, bye, and I'm your Huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
You wanted to sit out there and do that. Prop your feet up and have a little piece of straw and a beer. And
I would even went back to smoking a cigarette at that point. And I quit.
I thought you were going to say I was about to smoke some. Never mind.
Well, that's it. Anyway.
That's how you start this podcast right there.
Well, I'm just saying, I was kind of jealous. And I'm sitting there going, you know, what a wonderful time you guys got to go and see this. Because, I mean...
Well, that was not our intentions to make. We wanted you to...
No, I know, but I mean, you know, it's part of it. I mean,
and
was jealous.
ladies and gentlemen, he actually had to go pee, and he didn't want to walk back in there. So
Yeah, that's why he was...
let's not take you know.
And I had...
But hey,
Yeah, but anyway.
next we're going again, and we all three gonna go, and then anybody else that wants to join us, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go to Tombstone.
Yep.
All of us, and we'll walk down there like the damn Ertz. Walk through that damn street. We'll put a hat on, some guns, and some boots, and some shorts, and we'll walk down through there.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
it's
sir.
done deal.
Yep. Anyways, we talked about it in the last episode, so we need to get off Tombstone.
Well, it's a pretty damn good subject, so if we get back to it, folks, it just happens.
Yeah, Tombstone was cool. I touched upon it in the last episode, but we've been on a little hiatus the past month from the trip. The last videos we did before the trip vlog or the trip podcast was we did 3 vlogs. After that, got back. I haven't made a gaming video. I haven't made anything. Nothing. I haven't even done anything besides work and play video games. But honestly, besides, I went to Tulsa for a weekend. That was kind of cool. Tulsa,
I hate driving there.
I fell in love with Tulsa. I love it. You know, Oklahoma City sucked driving through it. Hated it.
OKC is the easiest.
No.
Steven,
Tulsa
wait,
was so
give me your
much
vote.
easier.
No, I'll be honest with you. I'm with Landon on this.
Oh,
No,
come
seriously.
Tulsa's so much easier.
Tulsa is more laid back
I'm going to put this to the listeners.
than Oklahoma City.
Okay, most of our listeners either live in or near Oklahoma City.
It don't matter. They may not like driving there.
That's true.
Okay, people. I'm throwing it out to listeners. Now, I'm not talking what you like best. What's easier to drive in, Tulsa or Oklahoma City? And everybody that listens to this, please put it in the
comments down below.
Yeah, the comments on below, right down here, right down there, or email me or text Bubba, whoever. What's easier to drive in, Tulsa or Oklahoma City? These two fools here.
I want to tell you Tulsa is, but anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe if you I worked there for 4 years, so maybe that made it easier for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I get irritated in Oklahoma City, but at least I know where I'm going for the most part.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Irritation.
Tulsa,
Yeah.
I can't remember where the hell I'm going each time I go there.
Well, basically, there's 2
Now, if I get on that Cherokee Creek,
the Creek Turnpike.
I can get around Tulsa.
That's smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing. I've done that a many times because I don't got to go through that damn place.
Yeah, I mean now downtown's probably hectic.
Yeah,
but
it's terrible.
But like the little outside, like Jinx.
I had to go to their county jail like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times to see people. Not me going. But I could never remember how to get there. Ever. And I'd been there a dozen times.
Couldn't remember how to get to Tulsa.
I could get to Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't find my way down there.
Trying to
But
figure it out.
anyways, that's my poll question. That's one of the poll questions. We'll probably have more tonight.
Yeah. But anyways, got to see some cool stuff in Tulsa. My first ever movie theater that I went to that had reclining seats.
Don't they have that at the IMAX and Moore?
I've never been to Moore.
You've never been to Moore?
I've never been to the what is it?
IMAX.
No, it's called something. The
It's not an IMAX, is it?
well, it's
I don't know.
the Warren.
The Warren.
It's the Warren. No, I've never been to that, but this place in Tulsa we went to, awesome little place. It was a huge movie theater. Went and saw Despicable Me 3. You ever seen the first two?
No.
Who'd
Good.
you go with?
My girlfriend,
What was her name?
Abigail.
Abigail.
Abigail
Shout
Ruth
out to
Adams. Her first shout out. She keeps.
And
asking
Uncle
me-
Rod's gave that.
I gave
shout
it.
out.
I mean, I did.
I was first.
Okay.
I said, shout out. And
Abigail
she's just
Ruth
rolling her
Adams.
eyes at Uncle Rod's right now like this dude right here.
She took me around, gave me the Tulsa experience. Went
Did y'all go to the water...
the aquarium?
The aquarium, yes.
No, we didn't go to the aquarium.
Well, hell, you missed out then. I've
so
never
the-
been there either.
First day there, we went. What'd we do? We didn't do a whole lot, but we went and ate at Zio's.
You can do that in OKC or Norman.
Yeah, I know, but we went and ate at Zio's.
I thought
and
Tulsa
then-
was supposed to be this special place.
Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
Then we went to the movie theater. Well, actually, then we went to Andy's. You ever had Andy's?
I don't even know what the hell Andy's is.
It's a little ice cream place.
Andy's Alligators or something?
It's a little ice cream place. You go in. They got the best concrete ice cream. I got cookie dough and peanut butter cups in my ice cream. Delicious. Absolutely.
There's your first mistake.
First mistake.
Man, if you don't do cookies and cream or chocolate chip or just straight up New York vanilla or straight up chocolate,
But he did peanut butter. Come on now.
Peanut butter cups and cookie dough.
messed up.
Delicious.
Messed up.
But after that, then we went to the movie theater. Watched a pretty funny movie. I think you'd actually like it. You watched it. The villain is like an 80s villain. So, like, there's always 80s music playing.
So what is a cartoon? What is this?
Yeah, it's an animated. It's a Disney, like... No, it's not Disney. It's like DreamWorks something. I don't know.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I'm not taking his word on nothing 80s. I need to know your...
No, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's
When did you watch it?
The other day?
First
We try not to talk about that too much.
We try not to talk about that
Yeah.
fire stick.
The fire stick.
Well, the fire stick's nothing wrong with the fire stick. It's the broken fire stick.
Anyway.
So it's, I'm not listening to him on this. The villain. So it's a cartoon,
Well, it's animated.
animated. Okay, like
Have you ever watched the first two? I mean,
No, he's never watched the first two.
well, then he won't even get to.
is that the family of superheroes or something?
No. It's a supervillain that he gets
Steve
the three.
Carroll.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, I know about it. I haven't watched it.
you got to watch all three of them. The third one is
Well, he's got
good.
to watch the first one first, and then
Yeah.
he won't even get the other two.
I'll be honest with you. It's probably not high on my list, but if I see it,
You've watched a lot of movies that aren't high on anybody's list.
yeah, I know. I love watching the C and D movies that no one sees and like turn out to be really good movies. But I will put this villain or whatever the hell. What is this? Despicable Me.
Despicable Me 1 through 3.
But
Okay.
you got to watch the first one. and
No,
then
I'm
the
jumping.
second one.
I'm jumping
No,
straight to 3.
No,
You won't
it
know what's
ain't
going
gonna
on.
do no good. You got to watch the first one
Oh goodness. Okay.
But
I'll
so we
try to
went.
watch
We
it.
went and watched that. I sat in a reclining seat. Everybody's seats were about like this far apart, so it's like you're comfortable. I'm not sitting like this, sitting like that, trying to scrunch in, watch a movie. No, it was comfortable.
So you didn't want to scrunch into with your girlfriend? Is that what you're trying
Well,
to
you
say?
could lift the little
first.
thing.
No, they
up.
were actually in the same chair.
Oh.
No. She had her own
Get all serious.
She had her own chair,
Okay.
but
But you had some elbow room. Is what you're saying.
yeah, you guys, you know.
Okay.
But after that, went back, Went to bed. Woke up the next morning. She goes, "We're going shopping." Okay, going shopping.
On whose dime?
Well, there was only like one purchase made, and it's me. But so we're going around shopping. We go to Best Buy. Oh my gosh!
Don't go to Best Buy.
Worst mistake of my life. We going to Best Buy. First things first. The dude's like, "You want to try out the Oculus Rift?
What's that?
Virtual reality. They put it over you."
Oh, they put you in the little deal so you don't fall down and stuff?
No, it's not like that. You know how like, well, you've done virtual reality, but this was different. Like it was the Oculus Rift. It's like high powered, like runs through a computer.
So what you're saying, Diz, we need the because you
They're
had
doing a summer sale. $300 for the Oculus Rift. It's usually like $600, but just saying, just throwing that out there. It's a cool little deal. Abigail did a thing where she like was on a building, saw a T-Rex running at her. I played a game. It was like 15 minutes long. I'm shooting robots. It was like iRobot.
You've already told me enough. I got the obvious question for you. Zombies.
You could do that. There are zombies, but I played a game with robots, like iRobot. I was
Did you
shooting
put the
robots.
gloves on your hands so you can see the?
Yeah, I had.
Did you double bird anything? I would have double bird some stuff just to see if it double bird them.
I actually should have tried that, but I didn't. But your middle fingers, you had little triggers that you'd grab, like you had your guns on your side. You'd grab them, and you'd bring them up and shoot stuff. When you had to reload, you just drop them, pick up new ones, shooting robots jumping out at you. Like they look like iRobot robots is what I'd. It was cool. It was like 15 minutes of just.
So where did I get this at?
Best Buy.
How much?
Right now it's $300.
So pretty much what you're saying is I got to go to Best Buy.
It was awesome.
Is that worth dropping $3 on?
It was pretty cool. And then they had a little basketball
So
game.
how-
You could shoot baskets.
So is it? How do you get the gameplay?
Well, it runs through your computer, right?
Do I have to have the internet for it?
I don't think so.
Dude,
You just
I ain't
plug
got
it
no
in.
damn internet.
It runs through your computer. You just pick whatever game you want to play, and then boom.
So it like connects through
but you
here?
could also, if you had internet, you could watch Netflix on it, and it's like you're in the movie.
In the movie?
In the movie, like you're looking
In
around.
the movie.
In the movie's what he said. So you're looking around at like actors and
That
actresses,
would be
like
cool.
Okay, because I just instantly had a thought.
no.
Man. Are you kidding me?
That's not a thought. Wait a minute.
I'm thinking, man, I'm getting
Cut.
I'm getting in Avengers
Okay.
and Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
We were talking. We thought.
Well, that too, but we that's later down the road, man. I was just thinking, man, I could go swimming with Jessica Alba in a Deep Blue
I was
movie.
thinking after this period.
Where's that? I love that both of y'all got. You know, hey, that's obviously the next step in that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But anyways, after that, we tried that out. Looking around, looking at stuff. I was like, I want everything in this place. And I didn't even see half the store. I could have gone like on the other half, but I knew. I
so
was
is
like,
that store bigger than one in Norman or?
it's pretty big. I mean, I don't know if it's bigger than the one in Norman, but it was big. And then I'm like, I gotta have a new computer because school's coming up.
I noticed that you had.
Yeah, I was like, school's coming up. My computer's like about to crash. I've had it for like 7 years, and I was like, the tech dude was right there. I was like, man, I need a new computer. I was looking at Apple computers. I was looking at the MacBooks. They were on sale. And usually like $1,200. I was getting one for $700. I was like, I need to at least look. I was like, dude, I've been a PC guy. I was like, can you talk me into a Mac? How can you do it? He was like, told me all kinds of stuff. He was like, these things last 7-8 years. I was like, I'm sold.
Lots of memory, lots of speed.
There's good speed, 128 gigs of memory, but he said you won't use that because of with the cloud and with all kinds of external. You can buy an external hard drive that's a terabyte for like $40.
I
Is
would
what
put
he
nothing
said.
on the cloud because that's just out there. Just external drive. Or
Yeah, I could buy an external hard drive or something, but he said you never run out of memory. He said you're good. I was like, all right,
So
I'm
good
right
speed,
here.
good memory. That's
Yeah.
what you need. Speed and memory.
Yeah, I said here I am. I bought a MacBook Air at Best Buy in Tulsa.
Well,
And
cool.
then after that, we we went to eat at, where did we go eat? Where did we go eat? It was somewhere cool. I was like, I like this place. Payway. No, we did that later.
I've been to Payways.
Maybe it was Payway.
You didn't go to the Tulsa Twin Peaks?
No, we didn't. We didn't do no Twin Peaks.
That would have been a place to go.
I think it was Payway. We went to eat lunch at. I don't remember. But anyways, I had to go to Walmart because she was like, we're going swimming. I was like, I don't have swim trunks. She's like, we're going swimming. So I had to go to Walmart.
Swimming where?
At her grandparents' house. They had a pool. We went and swam out there. Had
Is it
dinner.
in-ground, concrete? What is
It's
it?
in ground.
Pretty good size?
Yeah, it was fun. Had
So
a good
you
time.
met the grandparents, too?
Met both sets of grandparents.
Uh-oh. This shit's getting serious.
Excuse me. Yeah, we had dinner out there. They celebrated. They had 4 people's birthdays to celebrate in that month. So they're like, we're just
Everybody.
celebrating everybody.
Cool.
Had some cake, ice cream. Next day we get up, went to church. I'd never been to a Nazarene church. Went to a Nazarene church. Kind of different than the old school Baptist. But
Did they throw down the worship for the good Lord?
they did.
That's all that matters.
They threw down some worship, but threw it down. After that, went and ate at her other grandparents' house, and
You done a lot of eating up there, boy.
yeah,
My kind of trip.
we had Raising Cane's for lunch that day. You ever
I
had-
still haven't had that. There's one in Norman. I still haven't had Raisin
You gotta go next.
because I think it's near campus, and I just try to stay.
Yeah,
I mean, we're off of campus now, so I try to
stay off campus.
stay off camp. I mean,
It's definitely worth going and trying. I
'cause
mean,
you know
as
me
far
and
as like,
crowds at lunch. I don't want to mess with crowds at lunch, so I figure that's crowded at lunch.
it's good. It's good if you ever get a chance to try it. It's good chicken.
Is it good or is it delicious? There's
Well,
a difference.
okay. What's your favorite fast food chicken place? Just name one.
I don't do a lot of it.
Okay, well, it's better than KFC, better than Chicken Express. It's just
What about like what is the Mama's Chicken or the commercial
Popeyes.
Popeyes?
Yeah, better.
Okay, but it's not better than the one in Okarchi though. The
Ishins.
Pretty good.
Ishins.
It's this is.
Nothing beats Ishins.
Sorry, I'm.
Have you
coughing
been?
in the
Steve,
mic.
have you been to Ishins?
Yes, I have.
Is that not the best delicious chicken you've ever had? Why are you putting on the shade?
Man,
Future so bright, he's got to wear shades,
Man, I
and he
don't
wears
know
them at
about
night.
Folks,
I'm just kidding.
we need Steven to say something here.
Y'all just go ahead. I mean,
Well,
What? I asked you about the chicken, dude.
yeah,
It was good.
You were talking about the
Ishins?
chicken.
yes.
Is it delicious or is it good?
I mean, it was okay. I mean,
Oh,
it was chicken. I mean,
did you have a cold drink with the chicken?
ice cold water.
Okay, well, that should have been delicious then.
It was.
Anyways, going up to Tulsa, driving through OKC, I thought I was gonna die. I'm just throwing it out there. I was like, I drove past Frontier City and I said, they're on some roller coasters, but I feel like I'm on a roller coaster because I'm
No,
about
there's
to die.
no doubt that whole highway right there was just terrible.
Terrible. I had all these exits. I'm swerving.
There's no exits, man. They're
You
just.
just go straight.
No, I had to exit off
Would
and
you-
then exit off to get onto the.
Did you do the 35 one down?
I had to get onto the Kilpatrick Turnpike,
Yeah, you got off there. You go by Frontier City.
and
There's
well,
only 2 exits.
I had to get off two exits.
Did you take 4044 or did you come down 30 or 35 to 240?
Okay,
What'd you
but
do?
he is young.
No, I didn't do 240. I did up to I did 35 up to.
Well, you're in my old stomping grounds, my working grounds, and they've rebuilt some of that too.
It was awful.
Yeah,
It was awful.
I
All gotta
agree.
say.
The
But
I thought I was gonna die.
It is hard to get off on that. I mean, you got to make sure you get off.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you don't, I mean, you're gonna go straight.
well, I'll be honest. When I was about your age, I was going up there for something, and I didn't know where the hell I was going, and I had to call some. I think I called Mom or T-Dog or somebody like, "Where the hell am I going?" You know, so
I just have my phone on my GPS.
so I'm just giving you a hard time on that. I know what you're saying.
No, there is that one. If you don't make sure that you're not in that exit, then you can get. You
But
can get
the same
too far
rules still
lost.
apply, though. Don't go to Fort Worth.
That's in Texas.
Wow.
And what was the other rule that we've come up with a new one, didn't we? Don't go to what was it, Fort Worth, and then
It was like,
we made one up on the road trip, didn't we?
yeah, it's like don't go to Mexico. Don't go to
El Paso.
El Paso.
Yeah,
Don't go to El Paso.
Don't go to El Paso. The story, Stephen.
No, I
You know
get
the
it,
story about
yeah.
the Fort Worth
I mean,
deal?
No, I don't.
So even
get it,
when-
but I know what you're talking about.
Even when you're in Oklahoma, don't go to Fort Worth.
or El Paso.
So you're doing good. So-
Anyways,
But no, if you get,
I made it back. I made it back
as long as
alive.
you get to Norman, or I mean, you're doing good. Or if you head towards Weatherford, you know where you're at then.
Oh, Weatherford's easy.
Yeah.
Weatherford's easy.
You got to look at it this way. Just follow the moon.
Just follow the moon. We have to tell that story.
The Moon or the Big Dipper.
We got to tell that story. You got to tell it. Come here. Come here.
No,
No,
we
you
got.
got to follow the moon.
Got to tell them the follow the moon story. Come here.
No, I can't.
Come here.
I don't want to do that.
Tell the story. We got at least like 5 listeners right now asking, what's the follow the moon
Okay.
story?
Okay.
Come up
Not
here.
shoot the moon. That's a
Well-
great domino game, but
First off,
Go up
this
here.
has been a few years ago.
Okay, we'll get up here and talking to the mic,
So-
speaking to the mic, enunciate.
Yeah. First off, following the moon.
Come on, get up here.
I was at a concert.
I'm about to move the
and I
mic
probably
into your
had a little
face.
bit too many cervezas. And this guy told me to follow the moon.
Okay, we'll tell the whole story. Tell
I actually did follow the moon, and it actually got me there. So
We'll tell the
like going home or back to the hotel or what?
Tell the whole story.
back to the car. But
Back
that-
to the car?
Yeah, because I was. That was like I said. That was a few years ago. Thanks.
Tell the whole story.
What do you mean? Tell the whole
You
story.
said a guy told me to follow the moon.
Were you at a concert?
Yes.
What concert?
ZZ Top.
ZZ Top. So hey, when was this?
Why were you having
Early
to follow
90s?
the moon?
It was back a few years.
Back a few years. Okay, so you had some adult beverages, which hey, you took concert, and that's what I mean, hell with it. People know.
So what do you want me to say? Like?
So-
Okay, well, you tell the
you're-
story.
I'm asking him questions. I'm interviewing him right now. So, ZZ Top. How was ZZ Top? First of all,
First off, ZZ Top was great.
I mean, they play. She's got legs.
Oh yeah, they played them all.
Played them all.
They
Okay.
played them all.
So, at the concert, who opened for him? First of all, do you remember?
I'm pretty sure I don't. If I had to follow the moon.
That's beautiful. I love it. All right, so the concert's over. So who's telling you? Some random dude? Somebody you're
No,
with?
somebody I'm with.
Somebody you're
Yeah.
hanging out with, or
Yeah.
somebody you're with?
Somebody I'm with.
So went to the concert with them.
Yeah, they left me first of all.
They left you.
Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom.
They left you at the concert.
I was first off. I've had a bucket too many beers.
A bucket. Okay. I thought he was going to say like
Not just
like
one.
but he said a
No,
bucket.
a bucket of beers.
Okay, I just imagine a 5-gallon bucket just then like. Okay.
But anyway, I can't
So you went
believe
to the
I'm
bathroom?
even talking about this because this is
Statute
years
of-
ago.
Statute of limitations is over, dude.
over.
Yeah.
We can
Just
talk
talk
about
about
stuff. All right, so you went to the bathroom and your buddies left you, basically.
Yeah.
So they went to the car and like they started that sucker
and
up.
I didn't know for sure where the car was. I mean, I'm sitting there going, where is
Well,
the
hell,
car?
I do that coming out of
I mean,
Walmart, so that's nothing.
yeah, this is. I
Nothing
mean,
big.
we're sitting there. Going, I'm sitting there by myself, looking around
Where was the concert at? Do you remember?
at the zoo. in
Well,
Oklahoma
okay,
City.
that explains a lot right there.
because you can get lost.
Yes,
Don't-
you can.
Don't think you can't.
Yes, you can get lost at the zoo. So that makes perfect sense.
So I'm sitting there looking around. I'm like,
Where the hell am I?
I'm calling. Okay,
So
where-
you had
where's
cell phones.
everybody?
So
Yeah.
recent enough we had cell phones.
yeah. Where's everybody at? And they were like, we're at the car. Where are you? I'm lost. I don't know where you guys are. And the guy
Love it.
says, follow the moon. And I did. And I found the way to the car.
That is the. Oh my gosh. That is some old school follow the moon. That's some.
It
Wow.
worked.
It worked.
It worked.
But because if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Because they
Follow
like,
the
let's-
moon.
what can he visually see to go that way? Because if you went this way, the moon's not this way, so it has to be this way. So that makes sense to me. That's amazing. That's amazing. I've never had to follow the moon. I don't
I
think.
haven't either.
Well,
I haven't.
if you ever have to,
Follow the
Follow the
moon.
moon.
Well, now, one of these days I'm gonna be somewhere and be like, hell with it. I'm following the moon. And I'm gonna end up in Fort Worth or El Paso or something. But
it's better than looking for cherries.
true.
And only a few people know what that means.
I don't know, but I'm just saying true.
Wait, are you talking about?
Wait, let's wait.
Are you talking about-
There might be some people listening that knows what that is. Move on.
Move on. All
Move
right.
on. Wow, I can't believe yeah. All right, so follow the moon. We got that.
Follow the moon.
And the line. Here's the line. Here's Steven tonight, making up for not participating on the first one. You made yourself red.
So,
You're gonna cry.
all right,
I
we'll give you a moment to
I love
cool
it.
down a little
I
bit.
There's some people giggling out there right now. I love it.
So, why? Sorry, why are we making multiple shows tonight?
Well, because one, we took a week, 2 weeks off, basically.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Two, you're going back to school,
Yep.
and so that's about to mess us up, and we're going to have to figure out something, a schedule, because I got plans
Yeah, I do too.
with this.
I may just need you to get internet. I
we-
just get another mic, and I just Skype call you from the school. We just
Will that work?
we could do that. You'd have to get internet, and I'd have to get another mic. I'd have to Skype call you.
Why you need another mic?
So you could talk and I could talk. We'd have to Skype call each
So
other.
you gonna buy me a mic then? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Steven looked at me like, well, you gonna answer? Steven's like, I ain't doing that. I got your ass to school. You're on your own.
But
So you think the Skype deal will work?
we could do that if it came down to it.
Okay, but the weekends that OU's playing, other than the UTEP game now, apparently,
Yeah.
you're gonna be home on those home weekend games.
Yeah.
So those weekends we can do something.
Mm-hmm.
Either Friday night or Sunday,
Yeah.
early Sunday, because
Early Sunday.
Because you got
After church.
After
We have to
church,
crank it out after church, and I'd have to go back.
you'd have to leave here to go back to
Yeah.
school. So either I need to find an internet that gets in the country. That's my second question to you Marlow people that live in the country. What internet providers are there? So if anybody knows that, let me know. I've tried 360. I'll probably try them again, see if they finally got their booster up out here.
360's been pretty good for us.
Yeah.
So I thought about HughesNet or Dish or whatever, but they want to do that whole data BS that is the most made-up thing I've ever heard in my life. Internet, it just runs. I mean, how in the hell do you have a data limit on it? That's just trying to charge you more money. Anyways, so you got school. We got football coming up. We didn't do a show for 2 weeks, so that's why we're doing multiple shows tonight.
Yeah. Just trying to crank them out and get it all rolling again.
My question is we'd kind of planned to do a football preview. Are we going to be able to do one before the season? The first OSU plays on a Thursday night on like the 31st or something. Or can we do one before then? Because I know some of our fans are waiting for a football preview.
Yeah, and I know, but the problem is I'm going to school. I got RA training for 2 weeks, and then move-in day will
Are
happen
you
the
doing
21st.
RA Saturday and Sunday?
There will be some days I'll have to be on call, and I'll have to be up there on the weekend, and then
When there's nobody up there.
there will be some people up there. But
Double birds of them people.
go home on the weekends, you nerds, and then
So you're not going to be able to come home at all?
I'll have home SWASU football games. RAs have to go do stuff for tailgates and stuff, so I have to be there for those.
Well, what about OU weekend?
And then OU weekends, I'll be here.
Okay, so OU weekends we can do something then.
Yeah, but the problem is you're asking me if I'll be able to do something before football season, and that's kind of iffy.
So people, what we're saying is there may be a 3-week lag here before we get to do something.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So why don't we start now? What happened to the kicker? I want to ask.
Where's
what
the
happened-
kicker?
what
Austin
happened to
Seibert,
the
where you
kicker?
at?
I think he's back. He just had some. It was a school issue. He didn't go. I don't think
He didn't get enrolled in time or something.
Yeah,
Some
it was a
enrollment
school issue. It
Well,
wasn't-
I'm just curious.
It wasn't nothing
it's
like.
kind of a joke to me because I'm sitting here going, okay, where's the kicker?
Well, they have I looked at their roster. They have 7 other kickers on there. Probably not as good as him.
This is the one that's kicked for 2 years.
Yeah, he's a good kicker.
So I mean,
Yeah, I think it was a school issue. It wasn't a team violation. It wasn't a criminal violation. It was just something with school.
And then also,
And
what
he's
happened-
back.
So what happened to the quarterback that was
He got kicked off.
for team violation?
Team violation. He was a freshman. He was an early enrollee, and he actually played in the spring game, and he was pretty good. He's a top recruit.
Well, he was top 5. I mean,
He was a 4-star quarterback.
4-star.
Yeah.
But after the red and white game, either that night or the next night, he got in trouble with the public intox deal. And I know everybody's going to say, well, Baker Mayfield. Apparently, this kid's got some other issues, though, because he actually left school and went home for the summer. He didn't do team workouts, as far as I know. And then he came back, and I guess there's other issues there. So he didn't learn his lesson, basically. And I heard through another sports person that he was one of the most – well, he was absolutely the cockiest kid he ever dealt with in recruiting. And this guy had dealt with Joe Mixon. He had dealt with some of the top elite recruits in the country. And he said this kid was the cockiest kid he ever dealt with.
That's pretty bad.
And he rubbed him the wrong way. So this kid apparently had this arrogance attitude.
I've been around some cocky
So
kids,
this
so.
kid probably thought he was probably bigger than
what he actually.
what he was, and so they let him go. I'm cool with it. I don't need that.
Not when he's like the 4th, 5th guy down.
Yeah.
On the
Well,
list.
even at that point, I mean, there's always going to be somebody better.
Yeah,
So,
even nobody,
I mean-
and he could have been a bust, So and that just opens up another spot for next year. They got 2 quarterbacks coming in, so, and they're 3 deep right now already. So
Yeah.
so that's what happened with him. The kicker deal, it's good. Don't worry about it. And then Murray, the backup quarterback, is that his name?
Kyler Murray
Yeah.
and Austin Kendall.
He came a couple days late because of some personal stuff, but he's back on the field throwing the ball, so they're good.
What about Rodney Anderson?
Rodney
He
Anderson?
wasn't at the last practice, or 2 practices
It's a
ago.
personal deal, but he'll be back. He's cool. The big issue right now, Alex Dalton, the backup guard, he's hurt for the year. Done already. Through 4 practices in, done for the year. So that's a big issue. Well, it's not a huge issue because the Ford kid that got hurt last year, the starter, that was that guard, he's back. So it's kind of like it's taking his place. They're still 3 or 4 deep at guard. That offensive line, as long as there's no more injuries, it's going to be a beast. I'm telling you.
So what about the linebackers? How's the
Linebackers,
situations there?
Well, obviously we got the Caleb Kelly. He's going to be one of the spots. He's set. He's probably the only one that's actually set. And Obo's set on the other side. Of course, Obo's going to be rotating between the defense that they play. It depends on what they run. He's going to be defensive end or linebacker. What I'm guessing, because it has
So weak linebackers.
yeah, whatever. Because I looked at the depth chart, it said defensive end / linebacker.
Right.
So it depends on the formation, probably. I'm sure he's. But you got John Michael Terry, which redshirted last year. He's shooting for a middle linebacker. You got Emmanuel Bill shooting for that other linebacker spot.
So is he related to the other Bill? The one that played for him? Played for OU? Is it the same family or anything?
Bill. Oh, you're talking about the defensive end.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's kin to him or not.
Well, I was just curious.
Jeremy,
mean,
I think his name is
Jeremy Bill.
Jeremy Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know.
I don't think he's kin to him.
But anyway.
And then you got some. Apparently, there's a couple freshmen that are. Murray, he was an early enrollee. He's a beast. And there's some other kids that are freshmen. I think they're going to be solid at linebacker. Personally, they're going to have some growing pains, but middle
Well, that's
linebacker.
where they've always. I mean, for the last few years, that's where they've lacked is the linebacker
Yeah.
situation. I mean,
But I think.
we all know it.
But we saw in the Sugar Bowl the
defensive
Caleb
backs.
Kelly kid. He made like 12 tackles that game.
Yeah.
So and had a sack and hit 12 tackles. He had like 4 for loss. I mean, he was skinny. Now he's put on like 10 pounds of muscle. So I saw a picture of him. I was like, damn, that dude looking good. The big one was the safety getting kicked off the team for what was his name? He made the interception against Texas. He got kicked off the team. He would have been the starter. So now to me the issue is safety.
It's not Parker, is it?
No, not Parker.
Not Parker.
Somebody right now is listening to this going, it's this guy.
Well, it doesn't really even matter at that point. I mean,
Yeah, he's gone. So
He's
you got
gone.
so basically you got 2 or 3 guys right now. It's Reggie Barnes, his son, which is Reggie Barnes Jr. He's a true freshman right now. He's in this leading spot for that safety spot, and then you got he's fighting Will Johnson for that.
Yeah, I've heard
But to
that.
me, hopefully he can beat him out so Will Johnson can play that nickel back. Because you remember 2 years ago when he was playing that spot, he was making a lot of plays at that spot. So,
Yeah.
And then you got Parker at their other one.
Well, you've got a couple Parkers, actually.
Well, you got Jordan Parker. you
Jordan
got Stephen
Parker and Stephen Parker. One of them.
And Jordan
is-
Parker right now is fighting Parnell Motley for that second cornerback spot.
Yeah.
So you're too deep right there because we know that because Parker, the corner, was a true freshman last year.
Jordan Parker.
The second half of the season he was making plays, so we know he can play. So if he's your second team guy, Motley must be a stud, and you got Jordan Thomas on the other side.
Yeah.
So he's going to hold that down. So I think we're good at corner. Just that one little safety issue I think we got, but I think the defense is going to be fine. I mean,
We'll see.
I think they're too deep everywhere.
so what about the offensive line?
Offensive line, they're 2 and 3 deep across the board.
They're
Yeah,
looking good right now.
yeah, they're. Yeah, I don't think they're. You got big old Orlando Brown out there. You got Eric Rand running the center. You got what's his name? The other right tackle. He's a young guy. He's good. He played last year. The guards are good. I'm not worried about the offensive line.
So the wideouts and the ends. I mean,
Well, the
where you
wideouts-
look at-
Obviously, you got tight end / wide receiver Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you got Michael Jones. You got Jeffrey Mead. You got the Babbitt kid coming in from Kentucky. They say he's looking good. They say he's consistent. He plays like a senior because he's a graduate transfer.
Right.
So he's focused. He's a playmaker. He may be the next. He may not be as fast as Dede is what I'm hearing, but he's that type of player. He's that Sterling Shepard. He's that Dede.
Right.
So I've been hearing that Jeffrey Mead is going to be kind of that security blanket for
Could
Baker
be.
Mayfield. I've been hearing stuff about
But
him, but I don't.
the kickers is the 2 freshman receivers, Rambo and I don't have their. Sorry, I'm not prepared for those questions, but Rambo and there's another Lamb, I think. Yeah, Rambo and Lamb, I think's the two kids. Hell, it may be the same person, but there's 2 freshman receivers that are studs. But receiver, I think they're going to be. Although they haven't made a lot of plays yet.
I've heard that.
And hell, you still got Flowers coming out. Demetri Flowers. He caught a lot of passes as a fullback.
But we were talking about him the other day.
I think he's the X factor of all games.
Yeah,
To me, he made one game.
I
mean,
believe
so
that
I think
Flowers
he's-
is
I
kind of
think
that he's going to go in there if he needs to play running back, if he needs to play fullback, he's going to be kind of that.
Well, he's done it all. He's
Yeah.
played tight end. He's played fullback. He's played tailback.
He's going to kind of be that all around
Yeah.
player that
he
they
can
need.
turn around and play defense. I mean, this guy's a stud.
yeah,
I
he's
mean,
a stud.
Yeah, he's a good one.
he's a good one.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Lincoln Riley and everybody, they're saying that this is their most like it's their deepest receiving core that they've had since he's
They
been
may
there.
not have
That's what they said. They
an
may not
individual
have that
like
Sterling,
Sterling
Shepard or D.D. Westbrook, but they say that this receiving core is going to get you. They say it's that kind of receiving core that you may not have that one guy, but you
Right.
may have
someone. A.D. Miller. I forgot
A.D.
about
Miller.
A.D. Miller.
you may have multiple guys catching passes every game. Is
Yeah.
what they're kind of saying.
Which to me, that's the way to do it. Just because they haven't done it doesn't mean they can't do it. No one thought D.D. was going to do what he did last year.
Right.
You know, and hate to tell people this, OU haters, but D.D. was hurt the first part of the year.
No, that's the reason why that they wasn't as good either, because
Right.
they didn't have that.
Because he couldn't get his ass open because he
they
had a
didn't have
hamstring
that-
problem.
They didn't have that deep threat
Yeah.
that they had later in the season.
Right. Now, obviously, you're not going to replace Perine and Mixon. I mean, that. But Rodney Anderson has
But-
the
but the-
potential to be. But we never. When Perine was a freshman, we didn't know he would do what he was going to do as a freshman.
Well, that's the thing, and I was thinking about this the other day. And as far as I can go back, I can't go back as far as you guys can, but I can go back when Adrian Peterson went to the NFL, when he graduated and went to the NFL. Everyone was like,
What's
"Who's
that?
who's going to replace Adrian Peterson?"
Mm-hmm.
And then you had
DeMarco.
DeMarco Murray came in, and then when he left, when he went to the NFL, everybody said, "Well, who can replace DeMarco Murray?" Well, then you had that. Well, before even that, you had that running back core of like Brennan Clay, Damian Williams. You had that really good Roy Finch.
Right. Yep.
You had
Oh, did you see his punt return? He's in the Canadian League.
really
He had a 103-yard punt return
Wow.
last night.
that's
Wow.
Boom, he said, boom, he did a head juke. His body didn't move, but his head, boom, doo-doo, and the defensive guy went over here and he goes, doo-doo, and went 103 yards. Sorry, but I always I thought Roy Finch was underutilized. that
yeah,
year.
I do too. He was a good
think
player.
He should have got on the field more, but that whole personality thing, they should have played him more.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a side note.
But you had that Roy Finch, and then even when you had Keith Ford, when he everyone thought he was going to be that next guy,
yeah,
but
he got hurt. His mentally got kind of out of it, and he went to A&M, had a good couple
he had a
years.
good, but everybody thought he was gonna, but he got hurt, and that's when you started to see Perine come in, and then Mixon.
Well, I'm
came
going
in
to say
next
this.
year.
I'm going to give props to Steven. What game was it? You were out here, and before the game, it wasn't during the game or after the game. I think it was the West Virginia game when he went over 200. Before that game, I thought it might have been the adult beverages talking, but Steven goes, Perine's going to make his name tonight. I was like, what? He's like, he's going to go off tonight. Maybe not those exact words, but you were saying he's about to make his name.
And that was his freshman year.
Yeah, his freshman year. And he might have had some good games before then, but that's when he went for over 2 bills that night and just dominated West Virginia. And Steve was like, I told you. I told you. I don't remember how far deep in the season that was. We knew he was good, and we were seeing it.
He didn't kind of come out until like mid.
That game, though, he wanted to show. I think he wanted to show the that it wasn't just a fluke, and then he came out. I think it was even after the Kansas game when we rushed for.
No, the
maybe
Kansas
that
game
was before that.
Yeah, it was before.
He had
that.
already kind of come
you
out.
You called it, dude.
But he just had that demeanor about him. I mean, you could tell by the way he was just. You could tell by the way he presented himself on the field. I mean, you could just see it.
Right.
So, I mean, he wasn't the fastest guy, but he had the most heart. And when he went out there and he played, he just was.
Well, it helped that he was built like a damn tank.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
but you're right.
Low to the ground.
Low to the ground.
And yeah. I mean,
You, anyways, I gotta give you props on that because I remember just saying, he's about to make a breakout game or something. I don't remember exact words, but I was like, okay, and he did.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was saying OU wasn't going to win because it was a road game and West Virginia was pretty good, and you were like, no, Perine's going to take over this game or something to those effect.
Right.
And Sure enough,
He had like 4 touchdowns that game.
Yeah, he had
that
like
was
200
his. That was his breakout game. It was.
he had like 200 some odd yards, and we had Alex Ross was on that team too.
We forgot about Alex Ross.
Which is another one. I'll tell you another one. Was it Ross?
Because that was what it was. This was that year's depth chart going in. Keith Ford, Alex Ross, Samaje Perine, because Mixon was suspended. So that was that depth chart that year. Was those 3 guys?
Which one was it? Was it Ross that we was at the Texas OU game?
Took back the kickoff.
He took off the kickoff.
Yep.
He called that too.
I called that.
You did call that, didn't you?
We were all sitting there, and I seen him catch the ball, and I looked around. I'm like, before he even took
basically
off,
won the game on that kickoff return.
Yeah. Because the game was so far.
That game was terrible.
It was a terrible game.
Both sides.
Both sides it was. But I turned around and I said, he's fixing to score a touchdown.
Yep.
And when he caught it, I just saw it. I saw, he had that stand up.
Yeah,
he was stand up. Like the, who was it?
He used to run like Eric Dickerson, stand up runner.
He was a stand up runner, and I just sit there and watched him. I'm like, he's going to score, and everybody's looking at him, man, like, you're dumb. You're the dumbest guy on earth. And then I'm like, I sat down, and I just watched it happen.
Gone. Yep.
And he was gone, and it was so quick and so fast. And and what's really weird is I talked to some of the guys, some of these black guys that I know, and they was like, this guy is better than what anybody ever thought. Ross.
He was a sprinter.
He went to Missouri, right?
Yeah, he ended up in Missouri.
Yeah. He ended up. I don't know what his career ended up being, but I mean, the guy was better than what.
He was a better kickoff returner than a running back because of his running style.
Right.
He wasn't like he was a speed guy.
Part of that, I don't think you got the opportunities either.
Yeah.
But when you're behind
you're right.
And then he knew
Mixon was
coming. And he already saw that right, because even before Mixon didn't play, you heard stuff coming out of like our best guy sitting on the damn bench over here.
Right.
They already knew what they had in him. So
it's a real shame we didn't get him.
Just think, if Mixon doesn't get suspended, Perine's the one redshirting and not playing.
Yeah.
And Mixon's playing. It might have been a whole different scenario.
Not
saying any games would have changed or anything, but it could have been a different. We might have lost Mixon earlier and still had Perine. Just what ifs and whatever, but
yeah.
But I think we're going to be fine. We got running back depth. We got Rodney Anderson. I think he's going to be a stud. Abdul Adams played last year. I think he's going to be a stud. And you got Trey Sermon and Daniel Brooks, I think. It's a Brooks, not Daniel, because we already had a Daniel Brooks, but there's a Brooks kid that's a true freshman that's supposed to be solid. So I think we're going 4 or 5 deep. And there's a Sutton kid, number 7. He played in the spring game. Hey, we got 5 running backs. As long as, not saying they're all Mixon or Perine, but the Rodney Anderson
but you
kid.
Really don't know at this point.
At this point, you didn't know what Perine. We never knew. We didn't think Perine was going to be the all-time leading rusher at OU either.
Oh.
So, but Rodney Anderson has the physical tools. I've seen some of his highlights from high school, and he looks like Mixon and Perine basically. He doesn't look like an Adrian Peterson, but he looks like those guys. I watched Adrian Peterson's highlight tape coming into OU. I was like, oh my God, this dude here. And he was that. He was all of that. So, and Mixon was the same way. Perine had those type of tapes. But
see, I thought DeMarco Murray was probably, to me, one of the more special backs. Even, I'm not saying Peterson wasn't, but without injuries and stuff like that, I think DeMarco Murray could have been just as much. But I know we're going back. Let's not go.
Well, no, I was going to tell you
but
what you probably I've said this a million times. What you're saying is true, because I'm telling you right now, if OU would have had DeMarco Murray in that 08 title game against Florida, that's a whole different ball game.
No, I agree.
And there's a lot of people going, oh, whatever, blah, 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 Florida's better. Not with DeMarco Murray.
No.
Not with DeMarco Murray was the one guy on that field that they couldn't guard. I mean, if you swing him out of the backfield, who's covering him?
Well, he had first off he had hands. The second of all, I've never seen anybody that can gain 3 yards out of nothing.
Yeah.
And he could do that. I mean,
Well, and then when they were in Florida, against Florida and they got in that goal line situation, they couldn't score. He would have scored.
Yeah.
And then Chris Brown was a good running back. He had 150 yards or 20 yards against him. What would DeMarco Murray done in those holes? He would have had 2 bills.
yeah.
And you swing him out in those swing passes, get him on with one of those line. It's a done deal. Because Gresham was killing them down the middle. So you start sending Gresham down the middle, who was already killing them. You swing Murray out of the backfield. Who's guarding him? So I mean, it's a bunch of what ifs and blah blah blah. But
we're going back.
if DeMarco Murray plays in that game, I'm telling you right now, OU wins that game. I'm telling you right now.
We're going back in time, so let's think about what
Well,
we're
we were
gonna
just
do.
comparing running
I
backs.
know, but let's go forward and say, okay, the coach that we got now, which I think, to be honest, I think Stoops prepped him for this.
Yeah.
And I think Stoops already knew that he was the next guy. And I think he's sitting back and going, let's see what he can do now.
Yeah.
You know, and the way I look at it, and that shows non-arrogance in Stoops, which, you know, a lot of people always thought that he was an arrogant guy and he was all about all about him. But to go back and I mean, at the last minute, retire.
He's done.
He knew
good hands.
He'd already put it in his hands.
Yeah.
He, you know, is already set. Before he even retired, he'd already.
Well,
made this,
I saw,
made this.
and not we can get on a different subject here in a minute.
I'm just
but,
thinking that they could be.
well, Lincoln Riley admitted that Bob Stoops had told him a couple of weeks earlier that he was thinking about it. Now, Lincoln didn't think it was actually going to happen, but Bob Stoops had told him that, and I heard that somewhere, but hell, I could be totally wrong about it. But I think he told him, said, "Hey, I'm thinking about retiring," and so he kind of had a heads up. He just didn't know it was going to happen like the day it happened. It just happened. But I think a lot of people kind of knew. Well, I heard that even the administration knew that he was thinking about it, and they talked him into not doing it. But
Well, Stoops already knew.
well,
He already knew what he was going to do.
well, yeah, even Stoops said he kind of started thinking about it 4 or 5 years ago. It wasn't the right time. It didn't have the right people in place. I mean, I think we can all see that Lincoln Riley. Now, he may not do nothing. He may be a great coach, but I think he knew it was in good hands, and it was time to go ahead and step away.
Okay.
So I don't think he's leaving it. If he thought the cupboard was bare, there was no talent, no nothing, I don't think Stoops walks away to put him in that situation.
No, because
I
don't think he's built that way.
Right. He knew there's players there. I think he actually coached 2 more years thinking, man, because they went to the college football playoffs. I think he was thinking, man, we can make another run at this. If they didn't lose to Houston, they would have made the playoffs. And now he's like, well, okay, well, I took a shot at it the last 2 years. He's still in a good spot. He's got a quarterback coming back, all the offensive line coming back, a good defense, or should be a better defense. There's players there. It's time for me to go. That's what I think.
And I think he wanted to see his kids, you know,
Finish
play.
up school, yeah.
Play school. You know, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think, you know, I don't know. I think he planned it the way he did for this guy.
Yeah. With that being said, hopefully, we could talk about OU football all day, and there's some fans that would love to hear that, but some fans not. So with that, hopefully we'll do a college football preview if we can get it worked out. Well, I'm not going to guarantee that because of Bubba's schedule. But hopefully we can do that.
Yeah, I would have done it today, but when we do a college football preview, we're getting into it. So we're getting facts, figures, players, statistics, all of it. I mean, we're going to talk.
And Uncle Raj ain't going to prepare one bit. He's just going off the – he's going to wing it.
I felt like we did that a little bit tonight. So, I mean, to give them a kind of a preview of what
we give them a preview of the preview.
The preview of the preview. But we kind of know that, I mean, obviously I can't just think of everything off the top of my head.
Well, not even that. We're not – I mean, the preview can't just be OU. I mean, we got to talk.
Well, it can be if we want to be.
Well, yeah, we can. But if a college football preview, we need to talk about some of the bigger – we need to talk about some of the big schools.
Well, what my plan would be to talk about some of the schools and then, like, who's going to win each conference, who's going to win, who's going to get in the Final Four.
Yeah.
You know, and I will try to put my homerism for OU to the side and look at it honestly, which I think I'm pretty good at doing that. I mean, I'm not one OU fan thinking they're going to win every game every year. I mean, I'm not that damn crazy. But anyways, that's something we can get into later. What else we got? What else we can talk about?
What you got on your list?
Well, I got you going back to school. We talked about it. We got OU football. We kind of got into it. The Dallas Cowboys started last night. Anybody watch that game?
Nope, I did not.
I was at my cousin Diz's place, and I made him watch it, and he was not happy.
Well,
no, he was.
Fan,
he was actually okay with it. I watched Dallas the first two series. I mean, hell, it's a preseason game, and nobody really played, so it is what it is. It's a Hall of Fame game. But we got 4 more preseason games to figure it out anyway. So hopefully, my only thing with the Dallas Cowboys, hopefully they can shore up the defense. I mean,
it's been like
here. Remember this, people. Offense wins games. Defense wins championships. That's the bottom line. And if you don't believe that,
look at last season.
Look at Clemson beating Alabama. I mean, yeah, they had the offense to score, but they had to hold them less than what they scored. So, defense wins championships. So, anyways, Westbrook still hasn't signed. Anybody nervous?
No.
I'm not nervous.
Here's the thing: he's got a whole another year.
Possibly a whole year, but the question is, when the trade deadline comes up next year, halfway through the season, do you trade him or do you just let it ride out and see what happens?
Well, the thing about Westbrook is he's seen how the people treated the other guy, and I don't know that he.
I don't think he cares about that.
No, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think Westbrook's an image I don't think Westbrook's the kind of guy that if you walked up to Westbrook, called him the worst name possible, I think he'd just shrug it off.
I think he's talking about.
I'm not saying that.
Talking about when he left, right?
I think Westbrook is more of a how do you say this, company guy. I think he's more. I think he wants to be there, and I think he wants to try to win a championship with the team that's there.
I can agree with that.
And I mean, I honestly believe he's more of a Michael Jordan type guy. I don't know if that means.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not like.
He's not going to go depend on somebody else to win championships.
He's like, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's figure out what we're going to do for this team. And me. I mean, I'm not saying he's not cocky and he's not all he thinks he's going. You know, but what I'm saying is, I think he wants to.
He
build
wants to be
the team.
the leader around him.
He wants to say, okay, bring the guys to me.
Right.
You know, let's bring him.
I think he absolutely despises Durant for running.
I think he does too. I think he's like, you know, and the joke about.
And he saw what you're saying is that he saw how people reacted to him. Kevin Durant running is what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
And he, not that he cares what people thinks about him, but I think Westbrook realizes. I mean, once again, my question is it better to win 5 championships and you run to a team to have to do it, or you win 1 championship and you're the man doing it, and you earned it yourself? Kevin Durant didn't earn that shit. He ran to a team that could have won it without him.
Right.
Team
Double
that had won
birds
it without
that
him.
bitch.
Well, And I'm not saying anything bad about him either. That's not,
I am. Double birds.
but I'm not. What I am saying is, I think Westbrook is one of those type of guys that will stick it out to find
Yeah,
out.
he's
if-
got some damn heart and
Yeah.
some courage, and he's not a little bee. I mean, if he does leave, I don't think he's just running to run. He's not going to go to Golden State or Cleveland.
No, I think he.
If he's going to leave, it's because he just wants to be somewhere, just try somewhere else. He's
Right.
not running to a team that is better than him.
No, I agree. I think if he goes,
He's too.
I'm
He's,
not.
he's
It could
too.
be if he does go, it could be money.
Yeah, but he can he can be the highest paid player at Oklahoma City if he signs it.
So why not? Why not go? Why
So,
not
but maybe
stay
he
where
wants to
you're
be
at?
in LA, be at home, or I don't think he's that kind of cat either. I think you're right. I think he's a guy that wants to say, "Hey, I'm the man,"
Right.
because he's buddies with Michael Jordan. I mean, Michael Jordan has had him on his line, his shoe line and stuff. So, and Michael Jordan inducted him to the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, Sports Hall of Fame. So, if he's anything like Michael Jordan was wanted to be the man of all men, of
Well,
superstar as far as
If
basketball.
you remember back in the days when Michael Jordan was, he was the player, and then he goes, "I'm going to bring the team to me."
Well,
And
it
then
was
he
different.
He brought all these guys in to win championships with him.
Well,
so why
no,
not?
it was a little
Why
different
not?
for them because the first three, that was all drafting. Scottie Pippen was drafted to the Bulls.
Well, that's not what I'm saying, but he did.
Nah,
in
he
the
brought
last
in.
couple
He let
seasons.
Rodman come in.
And
So
not just
Ron
him,
Harper
though.
and Rodman
There was a
and
couple of guys
yeah.
that he brought in for the last
Steve
two,
Kerr. Yeah,
last two championships that they got.
yeah,
That he brought them in,
yeah.
so he can get two more. I mean, maybe the 3 or 4.
Well,
how
they
many
did two different
how many did he
three-peats,
get?
so
How many did he
he got 6.
6. Okay, 4 of them he might have done that one.
Well, they brought Rodman in
But
for
two of
the
them-
second 3.
or 3 of them was that way. I mean, I'm just saying that this guy's, to me, reminds me of Michael Jordan.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
And so if he wants to, he's done the system. He's been in the system. He's done it how they wanted to do it. Now he needs to be vocal and says,
Well,
"Okay,
here's
now
the deal.
this is the guy I want."
Here's the deal. If Westbrook goes to the front office and says, "I want this to happen," it needs to happen,
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's what I'm,
regardless of what it is.
well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Now it's his turn. He's played the system.
Yeah.
Now it's his turn, just like Michael Jordan was. It's his turn to say, "Okay, this is who I want.
Yeah.
I want,
Here's what I
somebody like
think.
Rodman.
Here's what I
to
think.
Play with me. That dirty guy that's gonna."
Yeah. Well, here's what I think. If Westbrook and Paul George can lead this team to a Western Conference Finals, because they're not beating Golden State, if they can make it to the Western Conference Finals, I think they stick together. They try to bring in one more dude, and they go after it the next year. Because I think Westbrook's going to sign a year-to-year deal.
Well, he's probably at that point in his career.
Just
yeah.
maybe a 2-year deal, something like that, and be like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to give this one more shot. Because you got to think he's damn near 30, so 5 or 6 years from now he's going to be plus 30. So they've got to make a run at it though this year. Whether they're the 4th seed, 5th seed, 6th seed, they've got to make it to the Western Conference Finals because that tells them, hey, maybe we're one player away. I don't think you trade. A lot of people talking about trading them at the deadline and stuff. No, you're not going to get nothing back for him anyways. So you might as well
if
just
they
start from
trade-
scratch when he leaves. So
If they trade him,
double birds
Then they're
to
gonna
Sam
be-
Presti if they trade him.
if they trade him, they're looking at 10-year difference.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
10-year.
Yeah, they're rebuilding for 10 years minimum.
Yeah. So I mean, why not try to work a deal and try to make a team around him,
Yeah.
and then see what happens? Because I'm telling you, it's at least a 10-year.
Well, it's all on Westbrook.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the front office. His decision will tell us which way we're going. So,
Yeah.
all right, enough of that. We've How about I'm on my list? I've got music into summer, UFC, Lesnar, and Diamond Rio. What do y'all want to talk about?
Well, that's a lot of stuff, and we've already been going for an hour and 5 minutes.
Okay, how about Diamond Rio?
Well, first off, we're going to edit some of it. So,
No, we don't edit.
well,
We let it roll.
We don't
some
edit.
Some of this.
All right,
stupid
so-
stuff,
Oh, it's all
following
gonna be
the
there.
moon, Following the moon and all that.
Follow the moon's gonna be on there. People are gonna be like, follow the moon.
So we
gonna
went
make a
to
t-shirt.
a Diamond Rio concert.
It was great. It started off rough, and to me, I think the sound guy should be fired.
Well,
But after they figured it out, the guy sounded great.
all I know is Diamond Rio had so many songs,
They had to do
two, like medley deals,
medleys. Two medleys. Yes.
because they have so many damn songs that they can't play them all. So it's kind of like the Eagles do. I mean, the Eagles play most of their songs, but Diamond Rio has so many damn good songs that they're
they
like,
still didn't play them all.
yeah, and still didn't play them. I mean, they just did like medleys and
They did one in the beginning,
Yeah.
and then they did one towards the end,
yeah.
and then they hit a couple.
There's a couple songs in the medleys that they could have played and maybe done a shorter medley, and I would have been. I mean, I enjoyed the concert either way, but man, that's a good concert.
It was one of my favorites.
It is a good concert. Now, you got like some country music, but
Well, they're kind of a country
but that little bluegrass they deal with some. They go, if y'all like rock and roll and some bluegrass, I got some song, and they did some like old school rock songs in the bluegrass form. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
So that was good stuff, man. I'm all about some Diamond Rio and some concerts, man. So hopefully next concert December Styx.
We're talking about going to see Styx.
So all you party people out there that like Styx, let's do this. All of us. Let's take a group down there.
Well, we got a few people going.
Let's make this a party. Let's take over Durant, Oklahoma, the casino, Choctaw Casino. Let's take it over. Let's do it. A little Styx action. Who's down? Raise your hand right now.
Well, there's at least me.
At least me. So, all right. So we did that. So what else, bub? What are you thinking?
I don't know.
UFC. John Jones destroyed Daniel Cormier.
I didn't watch it.
Kicked him in the face. Ended it.
Okay.
I mean, he kicked him in the face and then hammered him out.
The featherlight guys, the Mayfield and
Oh yeah, Conor McGregor and
Mayweather.
Mayweather. Yeah, what happened to them guys?
They're fighting August 26th. I'm going to the city probably. I've got me a room. I'm going to go some Twin Peaks action probably. And anybody wants to join me?
So who's going to win the fight?
Probably Mayweather's probably going to win the fight, but I hope Conor McGregor knocks his ass out in the one of the first 4 rounds. Because if it goes past 4 rounds,
Yeah.
Mayweather's going to technically just jab him to death and run. Jab, run, jab, run.
He's
Counter, jab, run.
if Mayweather, if it goes the distance, Mayweather's winning.
And plus, even if it was close, they're not going to give it to Conor McGregor. The boxing judges are not. I mean, boxing is one of the most corrupt sports there is.
Yeah.
So they're not. If it was, even if Conor McGregor was ahead a little bit, they're still going to give it to Mayweather.
Yeah.
Because that's a cheating sport right there.
McGregor,
You're going to have to knock his ass out.
Yeah, he's gonna have to put him on the ground. That's it. That's the only way. He's gonna have to knock him out.
Mayweather's going to run for first 4 or 5 rounds, and then after that, McGregor's going to be tired, and then after that, he's going to stand in there, and McGregor's going to try to swing. He's going to dip or dodge it or back up. He's going to jab his ass. That's what he does.
Okay. I'm going to say 3rd round. KO.
Who's KOing who?
McGregor.
McGregor. Okay, so today is Friday, August 4th. Steven says 3rd round. McGregor's KOing Mayweather.
Yep.
I hope you're right, dude.
Yeah.
And it might be early in the 3rd round.
I hope McGregor don't forget where he's at and try to take him down and ground and pound, which would be beautiful too. I just beat that dude.
Well,
I hate that. I hate
I have a
Mayweather.
feeling he's gonna take him out.
Well,
I hope he does. I
Too
hope
bad
he
it ain't-
beats
too
his
bad It's
ass.
not in a kick form.
Oh, too bad. UFC form? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
the-
How come McGregor had to jump to boxing to fight Mayweather?
Well, Mayweather talks about how bad he is and tough he is. Well, jump in the damn octagon,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
Where
what I
you
don't
use all
understand.
kinds of shit.
That's what I don't understand.
The
is
street
why-
fight, bitch.
Find out how really tough you are.
That's
Yeah.
what they should do, and that's probably
Let's do a round robin.
Robin.
Let's do one boxing, one UFC, and then
and then
I don't
just a
know,
street
one-on-one
fight.
basketball or some shit. But let's do a round robin. But Mayweather, all you boxing fans out there that love Mayweather, I'm about to get real with you right now. Yes, technically he's pound for pound the greatest fighter. No, I'm not going to say that. He's pound for pound one of the greatest fighters. He's not the greatest fighter of all times. First of all, he fought Oscar De La Hoya at the end of Oscar De La Hoya's prime. He fought Manny Pacquiao into his prime. Granted, he is 49-0. I get it. But he was a defensive fighter, and everybody, us boxing is technical fighting, blah, blah, blah. Screw that. Double birds of that bullshit. If Mayweather is such a tough dude and the best fighter in the world, regardless, if you're the best fighter, you're the best fighter. Get your ass in the octagon. Get your ass in the octagon.
Well, he's not going to do
But
it.
he's not going to do it because he knows the
Well,
the skills that you need to know for the octagon. Now, granted, boxing skills are very difficult, very difficult. But the overall skills to be in the octagon is a whole different level.
But for him to go from the MMA to boxing,
He's going to Mayweather's world.
he's going to his world, and for him to be able to win in his world,
He's going to have to knock his ass out.
he's going to have to knock his ass out.
Yeah.
And he may
So-
not have the boxing power to knock him out. He's got good power,
I
but
don't know. I mean,
I hope he wins.
I think he might have. I mean, so we're going to find out. Third round.
I'm
First-
I'm going to
first
go
is
ahead and
the third.
say it. Mayweather wins by points.
well, here's the deal. If it lasts under 4 or 5 rounds, Conor McGregor won the damn thing. If it goes past that, Mayweather's winning.
Well, I think you're right. I think both of you guys are right. I think if it goes past the 3 or 4 rounds, then he wins, because I think it's not all about strength and power at that
Well-
point.
Oh, he's going to technically beat him. Technically by points and
By points.
jabbing
Because
and
he
counter
knows-
and all that
because
bullshit.
He knows how to beat him.
Yeah, that's what he does. Is
Yeah.
he jabs everybody. He jabs and runs and he dodges, which he's a great defensive fighter. Don't get me wrong, but that's how he's going to win. He's not going to knock McGregor out. I mean,
No.
well,
I don't
he
think-
could. Now he
I
could.
don't think
He could if McGregor gets too aggressive and misses and swings and Mayweather catches him with something, because anybody can be knocked out if you catch him with something. But if it goes past the 5 rounds, it's going to be a technical fight, and Conor does not have the technical skills as a pure boxer to beat Mayweather. He's got to knock him out. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And I hope he does it.
Well, write it
And
down on your paper.
Either way, double birds to Mayweather, because his cocky ass, only thing he cares about is money, which, I mean, if that's your self-worth, I guess that's fine.
Well, I
But
guess it ain't gonna matter if he gets beat.
3 rounds,
He's still going to.
Steven, knockout. But anyways, I hope to watch that. I hope to watch it for free because I don't want to pay $100 for that. But I'm going for McGregor. Who y'all going for?
Well, I'm going for McGregor, but I don't think he can get it done. Not with the way boxing is. It's too corrupt, like you said. Even if he was,
He has to knock him out to win.
Even if he was to have a good showing and look better than Mayweather, they're still not going to give it to him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's
Yep.
the thing. He has to knock him out to win that fight.
So,
He has to. That's the only way.
anyways, that's all I got. What you got? Anything, Steven?
I got one thing. I'm thinking about starting a second podcast. I talked to you about it a little earlier. This podcast, of course, our audience, our target audience for this podcast is sports fans, music fans, that kind of stuff. Movie fans, music fans. I might have said that already. Music fans.
We've never talked about movies. That's something we need to do.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Other than Despicable Me stuff.
But I'm
Pastimes Restaurant.
I'm thinking about starting a second podcast to kind of talk, because we had that video games podcast that didn't do so well with our target audience. So I'm gonna start maybe a second podcast. I don't know, with school coming up, probably not such a good idea, but it may happen, it may not. It's gonna be just nerd stuff. Just nerd.
I'm down for some nerd stuff. Comic books.
Comic
Let's
books.
do some comic books.
Just video games. But the problem is,
superheroes.
our target audience doesn't like that stuff.
Well, they might. Some of them do.
Some of them might.
The video game I think it was just too long. We should have just got into my funny stuff about old school video, because everybody on our list is old like us. So
Yeah,
I play it.
it's kind of something I'm playing around with in my head. I don't know. We'll see how everything plays out. Like I said, with going to school.
As long as this one's the main podcast.
Well, yeah, this is the one that gets the most attention.
Because we got things to do.
Yeah.
We got guests to have. We got guests lined up. We just got to get it signed and ready to go.
We gotta have them sign on the dotted line. We don't.
I've already told my boy David Condren, we got to get him on here and talk about his music experience and his background as far as that, and little Aslan, just slipped my mind.
Facing Forever.
Golly. Sorry, Dave. Our boy Tommy wants to be on here. Our boy Petey. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to be on this, so we got to keep rolling with it.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. We kind of do this as we don't plan. We just kind of
we wing it. That's what we do best.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Keeping it real.
Yeah. Anything? You got anything?
I'm good.
Thank you, Stephen, for being here tonight.
Yeah.
Follow the moon.
Follow
the moon.
We're gonna
That's
put
our
that
new saying. Follow the moon.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Run like the big dogs and follow the moon. The 2 T-shirts.
Yep. There it is.
It works.
Yep.
It works.
All right. We done? We good?
Good.
All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the show right here. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Do all that fun stuff. It's free. You might as well just do it. It supports the show. Supports us. Be a good friend.
Peace.
Peace.
If you deal with walk back, we'll stay far. We're dealing with truths and rights. Come some more into my side.